As we're nearing the functional completeness of this game, we have things moving, doing what we want. We are getting to that point where some of these actions that we're going to need, for instance, we want the player character to actually die at some point, and then we're going to have to bring up or load up some additional menu screens. So what we want to do is step back for a second and start looking at the actual GUI elements involved in this, or the menu screens that are involved, and set those up. So let's start off by just kind of defining what kind of screens are we going to be creating, what's going to be needed in those screens, and then we'll work at tying those together. So if we step back and we just say, what screens do we want? We definitely need at least a menu screen, like a main menu screen, where we can start the game or we can exit the game, or even add in credits and things like that. We're going to want to have at least the game screen, the level screen. That's the one that we're working on right now, the scene 1. And then we're going to need to have a credit screen. We'll need our loading screen. We'll need a win screen and a loss screen. And that should give us all of those basic screens that we need, those basic menus, to get us through the game and to have us complete some of these actions that we started on the player character. So let's start off by creating the scene files that we're going to need, and then we can move into actually creating all the script files that we're going to use with it. So I'll start off by just creating a new scene. Go File, New Scene. And in the new scene we have a main camera. And that main camera is really all we're actually going to need, because we're just going to be drawing some GUI elements to the camera and showcasing it from there. We could add in additional pictures and things if we wanted, but we're going to start with just the GUI elements, give us some buttons to push, and be able to have the whole progress through the game developed. So we've got one blank scene here. We've got main camera assigned to it. Let's go ahead and just save these out. We're just going to do Save Scene As. We've got a scene 1. Let's label this one our main menu. And then just with that same file, we don't really need to do a new scene because each scene is going to have just one camera inside of it. Then we'll go ahead and just go to this one. We'll do Save Scene As. This scene, we can call this one, let's call this one our When screen. We could even do some naming order here. We'll do our screen when. We'll do Save Scene As screen loss. Or we'll do screen lose. There we go. And we'll do Save Scene As our screen credit. And Save Scene As, double check what we've got. We've got our main menu, we've got our scene, we've got our credit, our lose, our win, and we need a load screen. So let's go in for our screen load. And I'm going to go ahead and rename these two files just so we're consistent. Our screen main menu and our scene 1 file. And we'll go ahead and call this one our level 1. Okay, so we've got the screens that we need, and now we just need to go back into them and start filling out some of the information to them. And one part of that is just creating some script files to go along with each one of these screens to develop the GUI elements that those screens need. So let's go ahead and just continue while we're creating stuff. We'll go ahead and just keep making the files. We'll go ahead and create the JavaScripts that are going to handle that part of it. So we're going to say our script for what? This is going to be our script for our main menu. And then we're going to have a script for, oops, wrong button. We'll have our script for our credits. We'll have a script for our win and loss. And we could easily put some conditionals through here and keep things together and not separate them out. But we're going to keep it a little more visual. When you're first learning, it's nice to see the separation between certain things before we start compiling them all together in one script or one screen. So we have a screen here. We've got our win. Let's do our lose. And what else do we have? We have our credit, our lose, our win, our main menu. And we just need our one for our load. So we'll do one more for the load. Alright, let's just drag this guy down low, give us some more space here. So we've got the additional scripts that we've loaded in. This is going to be what we tie into our camera. So our camera is going to be rendering out the GUI stuff for us. So let's see which one we're in right now. Right now we're in the screen load. So I'm going to go ahead and select on the camera. I'm just going to drag the screen load over to it. That just sets it up with it. Then we can go ahead and save that scene. Just going to open up each scene real quick and drag in these files to them. You could wait till you're actually on there, but I prefer to go ahead and get these done. So let's see my screen credit. Here we go. That's the right file. And we've got our screen load. Let's do our screen lose. And on the lose, we'll just drag the lose to our camera. We'll say yes, we want to save. Screen main menu. Let's do our main menu. And our screen win to our camera. Okay, that gets us set up with each one of the menus that we have. And at this point, let's go ahead and wrap this one up here. And the next thing we're going to do is actually just start in on each one of those menus and develop the menus, put in all the parts and pieces, and tie them together. We'll do that next.